This is Justin AMZN for Friday, January 25th, 2019. It's a day later than I usually do, but hey, it's the weekend, so there you go. Uh, for Friday, we had a really nice gap up, breaking out from this funny looking triangle thing, some kind of consolidation. On the daily, it turned into a high wave candle, just a slight gap up from where we were forming this triangle. Did not do what I thought it was going to. I thought it would gap up and fade or gap down and fade. Um, I thought it was just going to go the opposite direction, and it kind of held its own, sort of. If we zoom in here, we can see that pre-market kind of got a little bit of a rally, and then this really strange candle came in because it was up here and then had a price down here and then came all the way back up. I don't know. But it very nicely stayed on top of the 1665 price. A couple opportunities to buy right on that level and then ran up and formed an evening star reversal and then just chopped around up here all the rest of the morning and then started to sell off late morning, came down and put in another hammer, not as big as this first one, put in another hammer right here, inside candle, and that broke out, but it just didn't keep going. That was kind of the opportunity to get in and go long. It just didn't really happen that way. And so, it kind of looked like maybe there'd be an opportunity for this triangle here, a smaller one, to break down and a retest and roll over, and even that rollover didn't happen. So taking a little bit of a step back and just looking a little bigger viewpoint here, and I'm just seeing this happening, all during the day and even in after hours, and then just a flat bottom. And this really is setting up for a continuation. I mean, this is a really nice pennant, a breakout pennant. But the only trouble is we're coming into earnings next Friday or Thursday. I think Thursday after hours. Yeah, next Thursday after hours, and then Friday, however the market accommodates that. That's really going to decide what's going to happen this coming week. It could continue up a little bit. I would not anticipate too much of a move just because of it being going into earnings, although last time we had earnings, we moved a lot. This time we moved a little bit. I guess it kind of looks like this, right? A gap up, high wave, then it continued, and then see, is that earnings? Yeah, where it sold, something like that. So, instead of maybe being, what was it, in here, maybe it's something a little bit more like this. You had that dip in the 5 exponential, and then today moved up. Today moved it up. I mean, I could see that playing out. What's interesting with this, and let me get the drawing tool out just to highlight it. Let's go with white again. Draw. If this is where we're at right here, then what if we make a new channel? Or what if this becomes the bottom of a new channel and it just continues on up? So I drew that. Let me clear. Come on, I got the tool. Okay. So I think I can duplicate this. Duplicate channel. Let's see if I can move the channel. Oh, nice. I can move the channel. What if it does something like this? It didn't quite move right, but you get the idea. It sloped a little different. What I'm, I guess, contemplating is, what if we got into a new channel here, it took us a while to establish that, and then it played out down here. What if we continue like this and we get into another sort of channel, and we'll, continue back up, maybe take some time. Let's see, I can't go to the right. I think it's somewhere in the settings here. I can add more time to the right. There we go. 100. Apply. There we go. Okay. There we go. What if it's something like that, where we just got in, we had this kind of move up, got into a new channel, we didn't even realize we're establishing a downtrend channel until it actually turned down, and we were able to connect some lines. What if we have that established and we're just going to go to the next section of this and move up, and let's see, 18 Price is at 1863.84. What if that becomes like our next target here? It takes some time to get there, into March. Or if something happens with earnings and we shoot up here, I mean, we could get up to, what's this line? 1972.50. Haven't mentioned that price in a while. What if we get into something like that? All I'm doing is taking kind of a measured channel, measured move from where we're at now to where we could go and speculating. That's all I'm doing is saying, well, what if this happens? I mean, I would expect a major fade from there. If that happens, come all the way back to roaring back down here or roaring back into some sort of support where we're running into resistance right here, get into this range. I mean, that could happen. And then that would complete this, double bottom, sort of inverted head and shoulders, retest of a neckline. And then we're, off to the races. So that's a major, major pattern here, similar to how this one was here and just, ran and ran and ran. I mean, you could just do another leg of that. So all I'm doing is comparing kind of the place that we're at now and the line that we've got drawn in. Not even this, just saying, hey, what if, oops, let me grab it like this. Okay, sorry, it's not letting me, or I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. What if, we had some sort of a pullback here and then this major rally? What if we've got a pullback like from here and then this major rally that's just getting started, looking similar to this? I mean, that would be a good way for me to grab, draw, I copy, time. I know another charting software you can like copy the, style. You can copy like some of the range. Let me just draw it again and see if it'll let me move it. I'm not sure if it will. But what if we do this? We do something like this. Let's just see. Well, let me grab that now. That was. I don't think it will. No. Ooh, select. Can I select that? Oh, I can select that. Can I paste it? Oh, let me just move it. What if we do something like that? Something from where we're at right here. Something like that. I mean, who knows? That could work. If that ends up playing out, I mean, we're coming back to this video. So I'm just playing around again, seeing what this could do. Duplicate. Let's move this over again. Oh man, if it did that, that'd be like another one where it pushes through, pulls back, pushes through, pulls back, pulls back through, looks like it's breaking down. Nope, trapping people in, off to the races. And that would be almost back into the kind of neckline here that I'm talking about. So this does, how do I get back to the annotate? Annotate, select. There we go. It doesn't have to take that long. Can I squeeze this? Oh, there you go. What if it does that? What if it goes a little higher? Nope. What if it goes a little higher, a little faster because of earnings? I don't know. Kind of cool just to sketch some stuff in here and see what it's going to do. Oh, that would be even better. Look at that. Just how I sketch that. I can hit this line here around 1880. I don't remember what the level was. This one here around 1750. That'd be a nice move. Nice rally like this. Pull back to a neckline. I really like this idea. This like major inverted head and shoulders, just giving us the next potential leg of some move. But anyway, just having some fun, looking ahead, seeing what could happen. All right, come back into the 5 minute. On the calls, now the low it put down that opening candle, it pulled way back further, but the option didn't. So you could have been getting set up, like if it pulled back there again, done 4 by 3, and that hopefully would have filled here. And then that's a quick run up. And I mean, it's Friday. It doesn't have to just continue, but a couple candles in a row that move this quickly, take some profit at 8, 10, 12, gets up to 12. That's amazing. So that would have been, 8-hour trade all the way to 12. That probably you're not getting out 12. You're probably getting out like 8. A nice Friday trade is a double. I had that 20-hour one a while back. Well, not a while back. It was early this month. And I really like some more of those. So anyway, that was one that it was 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 is a nice one to look for because you're just barely out of the money. That's the nice setup is you're out of the money. It doesn't have to move very far. It can do it quickly while you got some morning movement, some kind of rally, and if it can hold a level like this does and then get going again, this one just didn't get going again. It gives you another opportunity to get in a pullback or something like that. And that 20-hour day, there was opportunities to get in on the pullback, and it just did continue. I just held it, which it worked, but it may not have been the best way to do it. A better way to do it would have been getting out on a rally and getting in on a pullback and getting out on another rally and getting in on a pullback and just do that over and over with the same option or a different option, and then this at 11:45 we put in that hammer. Let's see, 11:45 is this candle. We put in a hammer. The range on this one after it is a little less than $1. So could have been doing like 3 by 2. It just didn't get going. 3 by 2, it didn't even get to 5 over here, and you would have been waiting a while. So, did not have the same kind of bounce off of the 1665 here that it did early in the morning. And like I said, it just kind of petered out all day. The puts didn't even look that great. They just, once it got, what was it? Once it got up here and had this evening star reversal, I mean, it really didn't do much. I mean, it rallied a little, a couple spots, but there weren't really great opportunities to get in on those. It took from here, you didn't get back down to that low. From here, you made it a new low. Not until kind of later in the day, but then you had this one candle that dropped below all of this and likely stopped some people out if they were buying, stopped some people out thinking it was going to zero, and there it goes. It just rallied again, So buying 4 by 3 here, 4 by 3 again, wouldn't have worked. Because it would have stopped you out at 280 or at 3 here and then worked after that. So you would have had me getting in after this. And this was at 215. 215. So that's kind of this. No, that's what, sorry, 115. 215. That's like in here, looking for it to go to roll bearish. So, there's a bit of a consolidation here, but it just doesn't have any sort of breakout. It's not really clear when it's holding the level. I mean, it kind of moves here, but it only moves 2 candles. This one and this one. That's not really enough for it to, into a move. I'm sorry, and not enough of a move into 1665. So, it just didn't really play out so well, bullish or bearish today. It was just an indecision candle. That's what we got. Nice high wave candle. The open and the close are 7 cents apart from each other. So we shall see what happens this week. Options will be really expensive. Any options we'll look at will probably be way out of the money until Friday, where we'll take a little bit closer. But be careful. It's a really hard options expiration. I'm sorry. It's really a difficult earnings week to get $100 risk, and so that's why we have to look so much further out with the out of the money options. And because it's more challenging with the $100 risk, I rarely set something up. I don't expect to do that until Friday, which Friday is February. So, fresh month. Unless I see something that, I get that great risk reward, it's a great level on the daily, on 5 minutes, setting things up with whatever lines. So, the only thing that could really do that Monday would be a nice trapping gap, gapping down here or gapping down here. That looks like it's going to completely collapse. You get some nice small candles and option that's out of the way. I mean, we would be looking at 1600, 1550 on puts. Might be looking at 1750 $1,800 on calls just to try and get far enough out of the money for a $100 risk. And then as it's moving in our favor, we're going to be looking to to take profits closer to 2R, maybe 3 or 4 or 5R. But it's harder because there's not as much premium getting added because there's so much already added going into option or going into expiration. So hope that helps for this week. We'll just kind of keep an eye on and see how the week plays out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's a day late, but hope you had some fun watching and you're making some charts of your own. This is just AMZN. Thanks.